What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So, as you can tell from today's title, we are going to be speaking about Godfidence. So, confidence plus God is Godfidence. So, this is, what's your name?
Elora.
And I am D or Bo or Deborah or whatever you want to call me.
I'm going
So,
to sit down.
Yeah, we're in the park. It's very early. It's a Saturday morning. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I haven't had the chance to make a video, so let's go ahead. I just don't know how I'm gonna hold the phone. So if it moves around, please bear with me because I'm holding it. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna set it up. But yeah, let's get into this. Anyway, guys, don't mind my crusty hair. I'm gonna fix that. It's still early morning, so yeah. Anyway, so we're speaking about Godfidence. So confidence in God per se is what I am going to be speaking about today. And let's start off with a little story. So I chose a story from the Bible that I believe nicely represents how an individual had put their confidence or had so much confidence in God and how it worked out. Okay, so the Bible has a lot of stories of people who had confidence in God and how it worked out, but I chose the story of Esther for this particular story. I feel like it is befitting because one, I'm also a woman and majority of y'all might be women, but this applies to males too. So if you're watching, don't run away. Yeah. So the story of Esther, some of you might know it. It is of a Jewish maiden lady who was chosen among 400 people to become the queen to a king. I cannot say his name is I can't. It's Xerxes, I believe. But yeah, so Esther was chosen among 400. So the king first, I think, divorced. I'ma check that. But he was no longer with his first wife, right? And so he needed a second wife and he was looking. So he had like everybody prepare themselves and like they all paraded themselves in front of him and he got to choose the one who pleased him the most. Esther was the one who ended up being chosen, and the king didn't know that she was Jewish, but she didn't even know she was going to get chosen because she applied for the sake of just applying because it said all maidens should come and present themselves. Yes, baby? No, don't do that. Yes. Okay, so long story short, let me get to the point. She became queen, and back in the day, the wives were not allowed to approach the king's quarters, like their private suites and stuff. So like they had like different parts of the castle, and the king will be on this wing, the queen will be on this wing. When the king wanted the wife, he would go to her. So they were not allowed to go this way, especially unannounced, right? But then there came a time whereby one of the chief servants of the king decided that he wanted to kill all of the Jews. And mind you, the queen is also Jew. They don't know this yet, right? So her uncle, who raised her, was one of the Jews that was supposedly the first person that this person, a man, wanted to kill. So in a plea to try, in an effort to try and save her people, Esther then decided that she was going to approach the king's quarters and state her case, like, my people are about to be killed, I need you to save me, I need you to save us, I need you to do something about this. And it was an abomination for her to just go to the other side, but she did this anyway because she believed that the God who she served, the God we serve, is the one who put her in this position for this specific purpose. Because if she hadn't applied, like, I mean, she didn't know she could apply in the first place to become queen. If she hadn't just trusted the process and applied to be queen, she wouldn't have been in a position to even be able to approach the king the way that she was able to. And then because she was in that position, she had an opportunity to save her fellow Jews and Israelites. And because of that, she was able to save many. And this is like an example of her confidence in God. So by definition, right, there's two definitions to confidence. So the first one is completely trusting someone, as in being able to rely on them for anything or whatever it is that you want to do, right? And then the second one is like in terms of a secret, like when you have I told this to you in confidence. So being able to tell someone something privately. Yes, Baba. How did you get there? Come back. It is quite windy, so I don't know if y'all can hear me. If you can't, then I'm gonna have to read you this video. But anyway, so the Bible tells us that we should not put our faith in men. We should rather put our faith in him. In the book of Matthew, Jesus goes about to tell us a story of to call it the man who built his house on sand and the one who built it on a solid rock. So putting your faith in men is like building your house on sand. It's gonna collapse, because unfortunately we are humans. We are going to mess up, we are going to let you down, we are going to like, things happen. Sometimes people don't even like disappoint you on purpose, but it just happens because we're human and we can't really blame one another. So we just gotta go with the flow of how things are going. Okay, and so what was I saying? Yeah, I got distracted. Someone is passing by, and yes, I'm like crazy shy, but let's keep going. We can't put our faith in men, because men will disappoint us at one point or another, because they're humans. I mean, a mother, like mothers disappoint their children, and that is supposed to be the most come, let me wipe your nose, the most genuine relationship, because like there's no other relationship that's as strong as one between a mother and their child. I mean, they went through the most to get this child, yet somehow mothers can also disappoint their children, because they are humans. They don't have to do it on they don't have to like do it on purpose, but it just happens. And like partners, wives, husbands, like humans will disappoint you. But when it comes to God, when you put your faith in God, I mean your confidence in God, he is always going to be reliable. So like the two definitions that I just gave you both apply when it comes to God. Okay, sorry about that. Elora came back, and yeah, told you my camera is not on a stable ground right now. Anyway, what was I saying? Putting your confidence in God. When it comes to putting your confidence in God, a lot of people tend to confuse confidence with faith, right? And hope, which it can be to some degree, but confidence in its own is trusting something, because it didn't let you down the first time. Kind of like let's say for example, when you go learning how to swim, the first day is like scary. I still don't know how to swim, so I don't know why I'm using this example. But when I tried to attempt to swim, right, like the whole process was scary to me, because there's the risk of drowning. I mean, I'm a grown-ass woman, and all of that hooters. But when you try it the first time and nothing bad happens, like you're gonna be more willing to try it the next time. Nothing bad happens, you try it another time, and you're gonna keep going. Because if you were told to sit, for example, on a chair that looks like this, right, like it don't look like it's supposed to be sturdy. It looks like if you sit on it, you won't fall down, right? But you sit on it, and like that first day you sit on it and you don't fall. So because you don't fall, you're like, oh, okay, so it's sturdier than it actually looks. And so the next day when you have to sit on it, you sit on it and you don't really think twice about it. Once you've sat on it a couple of times, you have the confidence that whenever I sit on this chair, I am not going to fall, because it held your weight the first day, it held your weight the second day. So your trust keeps growing. And that is what it is to have confidence in God. It's that first time it's scary, and you have to use faith. Because remember, with faith, according to Hebrews, faith is believing in something that you have not seen yet, so something without proof. So that first day when you sat on that chair, you didn't know if it was able to hold your weight or whether you're going to fall or not, but you decided to try it anyway. You decided to try that swimming lesson anyway. That is the leap of faith. So to get to confidence, you need to first have faith, because that's step one. And then after step one, when you say like, okay, I can trust this thing, I can do it a second time, now you're doing it out of confidence, because there's been evidence that this thing is reliable. So that is having confidence in God. What I want to say, my brain went Willy Wonka. So the thing is also, when it comes to having confidence in God, the reason why we need to have Godfidence, right, is because, I mean, imagine living in a world where you can't depend on anyone, you can't rely on anyone, you can't share your secrets with anybody. That's just a sad, lonely world. Like, let us have at least that one person that we know that we can forever rely on, or forever depend on, no matter the situation. So this can be like just having hope. And a lot of people tend to misunderstand God in that I wanted God to do A, B, C, and D for me, and it didn't come up as A, B, C, or D, and now you are upset with God because things didn't fall or didn't go according to your plan. We need to also realize that God is God, and he wants what's best for us. Like, a mother will not give a child something that will harm the child. So in the same way, he will not give us something that he thinks will, or rather knows, because omni-knowist, is that a thing? I don't know. But anyway, he's not going to give us something that he thinks will not be for the best for us. So we need to also learn. So to rely on someone, to trust someone, you need to know them well, right? So also reading the word, learning more about God will help us to understand that I trust him, and no matter how bleak the situation might be, no matter how horrible or unreliable it seems, or ridiculous it might seem, to just have faith and just believe and just trust in the ways or the plans of God, you do it anyway because you have this confidence. So what I like to do is, like, when you're starting to feel like your confidence is shaking, your faith is shaking, like, just go back, rewind, like, find verses that are going to help you, like, remember the times where God did come through for you, like, remember the times where he came through for others, and use that as a motivation to, like, rekindle your faith in him, your hope in him, your confidence in him, because sometimes we just need a little reminder, because we're humans and we can get very impatient. So yeah, I hope that was a helpful video. The kids are here at the park and we need to go to Elora's gymnastics class, but I do hope this video was something. I'm gonna see when I edit. Just subscribe to the channel, like, comment down below what you guys would like to see, and all of that. Until next time, guys, bye.